Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chinmay Bhatt. In this session number 31, we will see what are hydroxy acids, the methods of preparations of some of the important hydroxy acids and their applications. If you see the hydroxy acid, from the term, what do you understand? There are two functional groups. One is hydroxy, another one is acid. Hydroxy is OH and acid is COOH, carboxylic acid group. And if you see the structure of any acid, if you want to number the carbon, this is carbonyl carbon, then this is alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. Alpha carbon is the one which is next to this carbonyl carbon, then beta is next to alpha, and gamma is next to beta. This is how we call it as alpha, beta, gamma carbons of an acid. Or if you take any carbonyl compounds, ketones, aldehydes, carbon next to carbonyl is alpha. Remember this. So accordingly, you have alpha hydroxy acid, beta hydroxy acid, and gamma hydroxy acid. So if OH is in alpha position, then it is alpha hydroxy acids. If OH is in beta position, then it is beta hydroxy acids. If OH is in gamma position, then it is gamma hydroxy acid. If it is in delta, then it is delta hydroxy acid. If it is next, then it is epsilon hydroxy acids. You know it. Then coming to one of the important hydroxy acid, lactic acid. So this is the molecular formula and structure of lactic acid, C3H6O3, COOH in the alpha position OH and CH3. Okay, this is the three-dimensional structure of lactic acid. Well, lactic acid, you know it. If you look at the structure, it has a chiral center. So once it has a chiral center, it can exist in anisomeric form, or it may occur in racemic form, but you can separate them. You can separate them into plus and minus. So accordingly, you will get plus lactic acid and minus lactic acid. These are the structure: beta hydroxy 1 and alpha hydroxy. So alpha hydroxy, that one is minus. That is again the way you look at this. Not necessarily that you have to say alpha and beta. So one you can call it as plus lactic acid, another one you can call it as minus lactic acid. So these are the two forms. And uses of lactic acid, because we should know why it's very important. One very good application of lactic acid is it is used in baking industry. Originally, fermentation lactic acid was produced to replace tartarates in baking powder with calcium lactate. In medicine, it is used. Sometimes we introduce calcium in the body in the form of calcium lactate if there is a calcium deficiency. And esters of lactic acids are used in food industry as emulsifiers. It's also used in the manufacture of rye bread. It is used in the manufacture of plastic. Okay, this is very important because biodegradable plastic you can make using lactic acid. This point. Note this. It is that is called PLA, polylactic acid. Polylactic acid is a very good biodegradable polymer, and it has been replacing the conventional plastic, that is polyethylene, PVC, all those things can be replaced by using PLA, but a lot of studies going on and not totally implemented, but there are so many boxes, containers with polylactic acids, and this food packing materials, all those have come in this polymer. Okay, these are some of the other applications. It is non-volatile, odorless, and is classified as grass, generally regarded as safe by the FDA. So for food purpose, these are some of the important applications, and we will see how to synthesize lactic acid. The structure of lactic acid is this. So you can start from acetaldehyde, then you can add hydrogen cyanide. So what happens here? I have added cyanide to acetaldehyde, nucleophilic addition to this carbonyl. So it has given hydroxy nitride. Then you do the hydrolysis of this. So you will get lactic acid. Another method of synthesis of lactic acid is one-pot synthesis from glycerol. So glycerol on oxidation of the terminal 1 and removal of water from this part can give you lactic acid. using this kind of solid base catalyst without any base. So this is for synthesis of lactic acid from glycerol. Another method is from glucose. You can use a catalytic sodium silicate and convert glucose into lactic acid. You can read this article for having more information about this reaction, because the syllabus doesn't allow me to discuss all those mechanism and all. It is restricted only for the synthetic method. So I am just focusing on the main reaction, that how we can synthesize lactic acid. So you can synthesize from glucose, and you can synthesize from glycerol, and also from estradiol. And this is very much easier for you to remember from the examination point of view. See, any one method is asked in the syllabus. You can it is asked that only one method of synthesis. So you can remember any one method of this out of three, whichever is easy for you. I think first one is very much easier, very straightforward. Then comes citric acid. I think citric acid is very much familiar for all of you, and it has gained special significance during this COVID pandemic time because of its immunity boosting property. Correct? It boosts our immunity. Citric acid is mainly found in lemon and orange kind of fruits, and the structure is this one. You can see this doesn't have any chiral center. It has a plane of symmetry passing here. So the molecule itself is achiral. It is not chiral. That's why it cannot exist in plus and minus form. And this is how citric acid looks. Remember, it looks like crystalline solid. Don't think like liquid. This citric acid is in the form of syrup or in the form of this, because it is mixed with water and all those content, because it is water soluble. So you find that in the form of juice or something like that. But when you concentrate it and take it out and purify, citric acid will be a crystalline compound. Okay, these are the properties. You can see the melting point is something around 153, and boiling point is something around 300. Okay, density is slightly higher than water. So you can see the structure here. Citric acid, easy to remember this way. If you cannot remember this way, so COH, CH2, then COH, COH, CH2, COH, COH, CH2, COH, COH, CH2, COH. It's up to you, or you can remember this way, Fischer projection, COH, COH, CH2, CH2, OH, COH. Okay, the molecule is achiral and optically inactive. You can see it has no chiral center, and you can say, from the viewpoint and from the top, you can say that suddenly it looks like there may be some chiral center, but if you look into that structure properly, there are no chiral center, and it has a plane of symmetry passing here. So the molecule itself is achiral. Applications of citric acid, it is used in used as preservative and flavoring agent, and household cleaning purpose while cleaning utensils, all those cosmetics it is used, wash cleaners it is used. And we will see one or two synthesis of citric acid. Citric acid can be synthesized from glycerol. Glycerol you react with HCl, convert to hydrochloride, hydroxyhydrochloride, then you oxidize the center carbon to CO, addition of hydrogen cyanide to this cyanide and OH, then you do acid hydrolysis to convert CN to COOH, then you add KCN to CH2CN, then do acid hydrolysis to give COOH, OH and CH2COH. Okay, this is citric acid. So next method of synthesis of citric acid is from ethyl esteroestate. Ethyl esteroestate is an active methylene compound having this formula CH3CO, CH2CO, C2H5. You do chlorination, alpha carbon will be chlorinated, and then you do the replacement of Cl minus by Cn minus, nucleophilic substitution, that is CHCN you will get. Cyanide will replace this Cl minus. Then you do hydrolysis of this Cn to COOH. In the presence of base it will become CO minus, and this ester part will also be hydrolyzed. Then you add HCN, then you do the complete acid hydrolysis. In the presence of HCN, this will be cyanide will be added to this carbonyl, then followed by hydrolysis it will give COOH here, COOH and OH you will get here. Then on acid hydrolysis, CHCOOH and COOH. So this is how you get citric acid from ethyl acetate. These are some of the references, so which I referred here for synthetic part and structure part, and also for application part. Please go through this, and then you go through some of the important books like Mercer and Boyd and Leyden books, and some bioorganic chemistry books you can go through. And also you can go through some NPTEL classes, and there are other online study materials provided by Byju's, and there are beautiful videos in YouTube. Please go through it. Thank you for watching.